What is up, everyone? So the topic right now has been the S15. The goal since I got back from Ireland is to get this thing running before the weekend, and well, today's Friday, and I think it is time to accomplish said goal. So yesterday we wired it up. Spoon finished up the exhaust, he finished up the dump tube. This morning we tried to do as much as we can so we could just get straight to trying to get this thing to run. Everything's tight, check over, fluids are in it, everything's good. Now it's time to put the ECU in, set up the base map, do all that good stuff, and well, hopefully it runs. So this is one of the most terrifying
She's gonna run.
Yes.
Stop.
Well, I mean, okay, it's gonna run, but this is probably one of the most terrifying startups I've ever had, because I have a really, really bad span of buying pre-built engines that are bad right away.
Not a good track record?
Not a good track record. Traumatized. And this was a pre-built engine. I bought this engine built. It was from someone I trusted.
But even he doesn't know.
I don't know the builder that built it, and I can only trust that. Honestly, I don't trust anyone but JP. If JP doesn't touch the damn engine, you know.
If your Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you.
That's it. So, okay. Okay, step one. So, first step, link ECU. Hop below, shop your meal, all link ECU needs. So we got a storm for this thing. Plenty of inputs and outputs to accommodate everything we need, plus more, and all the features we could ever imagine. So we're gonna plug this in, push some buttons.
Push some buttons.
Since we have a wiring switches harness, boom,
just like that.
Ready to go in. Buttons time. All right, plugged in and powered up for the first time. I don't see any crazy warning lights, and there's no weird sounds, which is
That was too perfect.
That was too perfect. So when you buy a Link ECU, you need an unlock code to give to your tuner so they can actually unlock the program. It's kind of just like a theft prevention thing that Link does. So when you order one, do not forget to ask your retailer for that unlock code. Don't wait the day it's at the dyno and it's in a rush and people are calling me like, I need my unlock code.
That would be RJ, right?
That'd be RJ.
RJ for your code.
RJ's usually support at Shop to Me Out. RJ's usually pretty good about sending it out after the ECU, but if you don't get one, please send an email to support at Shop to Me Out with your invoice number, and he will send you out the unlock code. Most dealers sleep on getting back to people about the unlock code.
Yeah, but put you in a pickle.
RJ's usually really good about that, so let's unlock it. All right, we are unlocked, and we're gonna go through real quick and make sure there's nothing faulting out right away. And it looks like everything is good, which is a really great start. When you see a lot of red, that means usually some sensors are either not plugged in or you got some issues. So, base map stuff, right? We have to, since this is a complete standalone with a complete custom harness with a custom hodgepodge of stuff, you have to write a pretty extensive base map, right? Because you have to let the ECU know exactly what you have and where the hell it is. We've talked about this a lot. When we did the Chaser startup, I actually did a pretty quick, like, how to set up a basic startup map, right?
Yeah.
People loved it, but unfortunately we don't have time for it today because we have to get ready for the drift event this weekend. That's why I'm trying to bang this out. We can't do it. When you get a wiring specialist harness, they map everything out for you, which makes it very, very easy. There it is right here, right? So they tell me exactly where everything is and where it's applied into the ECU. So then I go through the list on Link, boop, 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 tell it where it is, tell it what it is, and boom, we're good to go. So I set up a rough base map we're gonna go through. First off, let's do some quick tests to make sure everything works. We're gonna start with the injectors and the coil packs. Injector uno.
Yep.
Dos. Tres. Cuatro, papi.
Yep.
All right, so the coil packs will be hard to hear.
Yeah, timing light is flashing.
2.
Yep.
3.
Yep.
4.
Yep.
What do they like? Buzz? Kind of like vibrate?
A very light tick.
So here's the thing, Steve, right? To make a car start, you kind of only need 3 things. Injectors, coils, and an RPM signal. But I spent the time already, set up everything so all the sensors are reading, they're in calibration, so it should be good to go. Now the important thing is getting this thing to have good trigger settings, right? Since it's a whole aftermarket setup, we now have a aftermarket sensor on the cam for our cam and crank sensor. So we're gonna set up the trigger settings real quick. So right now we're gonna use the built-in oscilloscope in the Link, which is a huge tool, and see if we're getting a clean signal from both those sensors. So this is gonna read trigger 1 and trigger 2, right? So our cam and our crank. So I'm gonna have Spoon crank it, and while it's cranking, I'm gonna capture that signal, and it's gonna plot it right here. And that'll tell us if we're getting both signals.
Gotcha.
Huge tool, right?
This is a oscillospoon?
The oscillospoons, the oscilloscope. So capture, and boom, we're good. Look at that.
That's it.
Easy. The silly scope.
The silly scope.
The silly scope. So you can see our trigger 1 and our trigger 2 is working, right?
Yep.
So now we can count them and figure out what our count is. So now it is the next major step of the puzzle, which is, she needs to chill.
You are the best.
So now is the next major part of the process, and that is syncing base timing. And this is one of those things that I feel like is confused a lot, right? When you're syncing base timing, it doesn't matter what the number is, right? All that matters is whatever you're commanding on the computer is what is being delivered on the engine, right? We're trying to sync the two processes, commanded and actual. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna set base timing at a certain degree. We're gonna use the timing light to then align that degree on the crate pulley. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Steve, make sense?
Makes sense to Steve.
Good.
What do you think of this thing, Tommy?
It's cool, you gotta get a jump pack on it. Stat.
Crank it. Alright. Can you turn the lights off for me? Alright, what the fuck? This timing light, I need to get one that's a little less sensitive.
This is crazy.
This is funny, right?
Come on, DJ!
There, oh, that's mint. Alright, crank it. Flash. Ooh, okay, you're good.
Looks good.
Ooh, we're almost there. Good guess.
You're trying to start this thing with Tommy's voodoo
Juju energy. my negative energy.
Emitting.
Exuding it all.
Made some sage.
Perfect. Cool. That's enough. It should start it. All right. Is anyone else's heart racing and their stomach's really cold and their chest is tight? Or is that just me?
I'm hungry as fuck, and I'm just curious if this was a fucking waste of 10 grand.
Why do you have to go there? I thought I had the negative energy. And this one guy
Coming from you, Steve.
You know, I'm using the positive one, but you know,
Steve.
SR good.
SR good. But if we're throwing zingers, I mean, we're all thinking
We're all
it.
adults here. Well, Aunt's seat sits this far from the steering wheel.
That was impressive.
You got this, Jim. It's gonna be great.
All right, send it.
Come on. Chug.
Hold it.
Let's go.
I didn't say the trigger settings. We must have cycled the key without realizing it. So, it should start. Ready?
That's what the card reader was telling you.
Yeah. Hold on. Tommy, what are you doing? What are you doing, Tom?
Cross your
Tom.
dick.
All right, start her up.
Turning the key the right way?
I know, I feel like you're going the wrong way with the key. Seriously.
Ooh. There she is.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ, scared the shit out of me.
It was, the wheel was going like this, almost hitting the quarter.
Yeah, take that thing off. Yeah. Thanks, DJ. DJ on damage prevention.
DJ for the damage prevention team.
Start up again. Let's see. We'll check it out.
That sounds better.
Here we go.
Yes.
Sounds
Look
good.
at the smile.
Was that you?
I gotta set the,
It's so nice with a full exhaust, dude. It's just nice and
Starts up
quiet.
not
Wow.
chaotic.
Nothing's knocking yet. That's sick. This will get rowdy once it starts flowing. I like quieter cars, so
Yeah.
idle, nice and calm, good. When you get on it, VVL cracks. You gotta wait, Steve. When VVL cracks,
Yeah.
it's just like everything
Nuts.
just.
Yeah.
Nissan guys get mind blown. We're used to VTEC over here.
Yeah.
Well, it's cool when it sounds like an SR, and then all of a sudden you get,
Another
VVL.
level.
yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
He knows.
You know what I'm talking about.
He knows.
Tommy knows what I'm talking about.
You know about that VVL life?
No.
Not really?
No.
But I can't wait to experience it.
Yeah, everyone on leak duty. Tony, is it leaking anything? Good.
The dyno at?
All good? We're at 15. Yeah, that's good right there. Right there? Yeah, right there. You hear it?
I hear it.
Sounds good.
Sounds healthy.
Yeah. We need to get some more oil in the head. It's a little tickety-tackety, but like not bad at all.
Yeah.
Wow, that sounds really good. Holy shit. Good. What's leaking right here? Alright, kill it. Yeah, kill it.
What is that?
Is that oil?
The oil feed? The oil feed?
Alright, so nothing's really loose, but we tightened it more. So hopefully we don't actually have to change that fitting on the block for the oil feed, but we're gonna find out. Start it up. It's got oil everywhere. Oh, actually, hold up. Shut it off. Oh my God! You know what it is? I have no dipstick in.
That'll do it.
It's not. It wasn't even.
It wasn't even what y'all just did.
But it's funny that it was squirting all the way up here. I got no fucking dipstick in this thing. Who would have thought?
What a dipstick. What a dipstick move.
What a dipstick move, Steve. You like that? I hate that.
It's ugly.
It's ugly. Don't worry, I'll bend it up, paint it, make it look nice, but that's a whole filler for now. So we'll start it up one more time because we got to hear this thing like idle, idle. Step one is to get this thing up to operating temp. So we're gonna, since it's a fresh motor, we're gonna let it kind of casually get to operating temp, right? Let it cool down, do it one more time, then we're gonna change the oil. Everyone has their own processes. Once we change the oil, then we can kind of beat on a little bit, rev it up, get everything seated, and then you put it right on the dyno. Really nice, deep, casual idle tone. Sounds really good. It sounds a lot deeper than I thought it would, so. All right, this thing is maintaining operating temp beautifully. Couldn't be happier. It is no longer leaking anything. It wasn't really leaking. It was just spitting a little bit because my dumb ass forgot the dipstick. But it sounds so good. It's nice and quiet. Everything's good. I'm so happy. That's crazy. That's really throaty for an SR.
It's good. It's good.
It's good. It's corn.
It's corn.
All right, so we let it cool down and we just ran it through another heat cycle real quick, put some RPMs into it, and now we are draining the oil for the very first time. Usually for this step, you just put cheap oil in it because it's not in for very long. So we're draining it now. If anything did happen to end up in the engine during assembly, this is where it usually comes out, and that's why you want to kind of do the first oil change pretty quick. I'm gonna pan for gold right here. It looks clean. We're good. This is good.
That's good.
Doesn't smell weird, doesn't look weird. I don't see any bits in it. Fresh oil, and I really want to hear what the exhaust sounds like revved up, so let's get to it. Love that. We're gonna get some RPM in it, walk up the motions, and I just want to hear this damn exhaust.
A few moments later.
Ready, Steve?
Yeah.
It sounds nice and tame.
That's them damn G series.
Damn G series, you said. Alright, Steve, go check it out from the back. It's like
You're gonna like it.
It doesn't sound like it sounds deep for a 4-cylinder. It's weird.
Edit tone.
It sounds like a straight six. It sounds like a straight six.
Alright, so I'm not the only one.
That doesn't sound like a 4-cylinder. That sounds like a 6-cylinder. Doesn't that sound like a 6-cylinder?
It's smooth. It sounds like way smoother than an SR.
VVL head, Arctic manifold, G30, 660, ISR axle back, and a spoon built everything else.
And Jimmy, everything else.
Shit hits.
Yeah, man. Good job.
I can't wait to hear
guys.
this thing under load, dude. It's idling, it's sounding good, maintaining operating temp. It's not leaking shit. Nothing's burning off. There's no crazy smoke, fumes, nothing or other. Now we got to get some brakes on it. Interior, whatever. Interior,
That's easy.
That's easy. Get on the ground. I just want to get it right on the dyno. I just want to see what it does on the dyno. Like, beyond driving it, beyond anything else, we got to get it on the dyno. Ace. I'll tune this thing with
brakes on the dyno?
Do I need brakes on the dyno?
Yeah.
No.
No? If you had a hub
Imagine
dyno?
putting this thing on the dyno with no brakes. Just like, we could do it though. No, I'll get it from Tommy's. This thing is gonna, that noise, when VVL hits, on load.
It's gonna be good.
Shooting 2-foot flames. What are you messing with in
I
there?
got it cleaned up a little bit. You gotta hear it hit the limiter.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
DJ, yeah,
God damn. My ears
Oh, my bad.
both popped.
I should have warned you.
That was loud. That was loud.
Oh, we can make it loud, yeah. Damn, this thing is so sick.
That's what I'm saying. I need to hear that on the dyno, like, you know.
It'll be good.
You shot a flame. Decent
A
one,
couple.
too. This thing's gonna be
This thing's gonna be nuts. Just like a very well balanced setup. It's ridiculous. It's nuts. There's no IAC. Doesn't care. Literally doesn't care at all. Like it's a 4-cylinder. 4 cylinders are usually pickier with an IAC, and it's just sick. It's just sick. I gotta hear it myself.
That is so cool.
Oh my god. Brakes.
Feel better?
Yes, I feel so much better.
Hard part is like done. Now it's just all the finishing touches.
Now it's the fun stuff, like seeing on the ground for the first time, like
Lining all the body panels up, washing it.
seeing it with fresh wheels on the ground, putting on the dyno, first rip. We put the work in, now it's time to have fun.
Trust the process.
Trust the process. Oh. All right, well, we forgot we had the end of the video, but we went over to DJ's shop, helped Dagnell get his car started for the first time, so I'll be on DJ's channel if you want to check it out. And T-Bone is here fixing his daily driver, his new ZHP.
Ow.
You fancy little thing, you.
Fancy.
You fancy, bro. This ain't no 325.
It's a little better.
He just happened to have a destroyed ball joint.
Yeah, bad.
It's so bad he won't even drive it, which means it's really bad.
Yeah, I drove some bad stuff.
So, S15, I don't want to jinx it, but it's just so good right now. Too good to be true, but I'm going to ride this victory out. So, like we said, brakes in the front, bleed that, throw some wheels on it. I don't even care what the hell's on it right now. I just want to get it on the dyno because we are all dying to hear this thing on the dyno. I want to see how it performs. I'm really, really curious how the VVL head will compare to a standard DET head. Plus, being able not only to rev it higher, but actually having that VVL cam crossover crack is going to be absolutely nuts. So, but while we were dialing in Dagnell's car, Spoon got all the whips ready. The coupe is ready to go for this weekend. So is Nasanda. We're going to bring Nasanda out for the first time in like 2 years. I haven't just been in here. I haven't, like, I always forget that, like, to bring it out. That's all I'm going to say. I always forget to bring it out.
It is the bastard chop.
It's not a bastard chop. It's a good car. But I just, like, I always forget to bring it out. That's what it is. We go to events, I'm like, oh man, I should have brought Nasanda. Well, we're bringing Nasanda Staggered Auto Show Sunday, which if you guys watch this video, it's probably too late. But it's going to be amazing, and I hope you guys are there and get to check it out. But for now, before I ramble on any longer, we're going to end it. So you guys know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content. Stay tuned for a VVL ripping on the dyno. Hopefully.